So we have some very interesting proximity wars going on right now that could really change the entire future of this game.
You know, it's funny because this map is really kind of small. I think everyone could consider this as to be, arguably, no, not even arguably, by far the smallest map we've ever tried one of these battles on. But I feel like it's almost the most entertaining only because we have so much going on with all these different nations are doing so many different things. It's hard to kind of well, for one, everyone can kind of keep their eyes on the nations that they're looking out for, but there's just so much going on. The Inuit have got their first snow city up north, just north of this city-state, and obviously this is where their prime is. This is how this modded civ is geared towards. They're beginning to build up their unique resources, and these are going to provide them a lot over time. These are going to be really, really good for them. You have the Champa, who have got their colonies up, and they're really geared towards like a sea-based game, and it's extremely smart. They honestly can control a lot of their future because there's so many different like little lands out here to grab, and those cargo ships is what really makes the Champa Empire extremely powerful. You've got the wars obviously between Mali. You have Bulgaria with this massive army. You have Vietnam, who's very geared towards a defensive game. You've got the Goths with a huge army as well. Finland, Prussia, Iceland. You have all of the religions that are going on with the Pope and Finland and Vietnam as well. It's like there's just so much going on, and it's all happening within this very small part of the map. That's why this is weirdly, and I cannot forget about Canada. Canada is doing the exact thing that they should be doing, playing peaceful, grabbing city-state allies, and getting a bunch of friends up, and they're going under the surface. Wow. It's a very, very interesting game, and I cannot wait to see how this plays out. So I promise you guys, I look at the info addicts. It's it's turn 133, and we're at 450 AD. So let's go ahead and double check on the world's ranking. So total population in the world currently is actually in Philippines, and that's actually by far the Philippines. They're 3 times bigger than Canada in second place. Vietnam is pretty close to the Philippines as well. Prussia in the 4th spot, and Prussia might lose a significant amount of cities in their empire because Iceland is going hard for Prussia. And to be exact, they're going hard for Berlin. So anyways, let's check on crop yields. Again, the Philippines. Oh, so the Philippines might be doing a little bit better than we thought. Manufactured goods, the Philippines. Maybe I should be talking about somebody else now. Land, so GNP, Canada's making a lot of gold. Land area, also the Philippines. That's surprising. I thought that, do they really have that much land control? It doesn't look like it. Oh, well, they have crazy population, and they got lucky because this is all farmland, and they've been building nothing but farms. Very smart. Lots of wheat resources. Dang. Really juicy cities here. I love those juicy cities. So what else do we have? We've got military manpower. Iceland in number 1. Wow. And then it's the Sioux tribe. So both of these nations are the ones that are at war. So that's smart of them. We have literacy. That doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Social standing, the Philippines, then it's Canada, then it's Finland, the Sioux, and Mali. Technologies, this is very, very important. The Philippines are by far ahead. Okay, Drew, you need to really, really look into the Philippines a little bit more. Wow, I was not expecting them to be doing this great. Wow, good for the Philippines. That's awesome. That's really, really good. And they just need to be next to water. That's kind of their main bonuses in terms of unique ability and unique resources. Is they're just very much a water modded civ. Great works. It goes to Canada barely. Influence. Nobody's got any influence. Faith. Yeah. Treasury. Yeah, Wonders, Philippines also. Dang. So it looks like both the Philippines as well as Canada are going to be playing very peaceful. And I know these 2 nations are friendly towards each other. So I'm wondering if they're going to try to maybe defend each other throughout the game. Oh, dang. This is fun. This is very, very fun. So I'm so glad I checked on the info addicts because, wow, they're doing a lot better, the Philippines. Where did they even come from? I have no idea, but they're doing an amazing job. So I got to watch the wars because we might end up losing a few nations here. It's possible, another wonder for the Philippines. Australia and the Philippines have made a research agreement. So these military civs, there's not as many. And, one thing I forgot to mention is because I researched a spy, someone mentioned in the comment section below that we're pretty sure that this means that all of the AIs get a spy as well. So once one person gets a spy, I think it goes to everybody. If that's the case, that's awesome. I actually really like that. That wasn't my intention, but that's great. It'll keep some of the civs that were behind in technology maybe ahead, and I'm hoping that that'll kind of not make for too. Hopefully, that'll kind of keep everyone in a pack so that no one gets completely rolled over. I want everyone to have a chance. I want everyone to have kind of a fair chance so that we really get to see who is, among the strongest of modded civs. How's Iceland doing with their siege of Berlin? Now, Berlin's pretty lucky because it does have this mountain here for safety. I'm wondering if Finland is thinking about joining. Bulgaria is now plotting against Mali here. Okay, so that's a start. They're plotting against Mali, which means that more than likely... I mean, Bulgaria is very aggressive, so it doesn't necessarily mean that Australia might also be plotting against Mali, but it is possible. This city, however... Dang, look at all those composite bowmen. Dang, that is a lot. That is a huge amount. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just kind of the placebo effect, but I really am noticing a big difference with the smarter AI. The AI's building this many range units is something you don't normally see. At least for the Sioux tribe. I know that other nations are building a lot of melee units, but that's what the AI needs to do. They need to build way more range units and only have like a few melee units. That's typically how you orchestrate a powerful army. Another war is broken out, and this was against... I told you, oh my gosh, the Sioux have actually lost a significant amount of troops where now Vietnam and Bulgaria are teaming up against Sitting Bull. They're teaming up against them. Dang. And Vietnam has a lot of another one. The Inuit against Scotland. Wow. I feel like I'm gonna like stutter on the Inuit tribe through the entire game. I always need to just make sure I sound it out in my head before I say anything. I think Scotland's gonna be okay. I think that, for the people that... I know I've, been giving Scotland a hard time because they only have one city, but I think they're going to be okay, actually. They're in a really awesome spot. These rivers are going to help them out tremendously. It's almost like Scotland has a great wall around them. It's a lot of rough terrain, and they have the units to be able to defend themselves. I think they're going to be okay. So there are a lot of wars currently going on. I would technically refer to this as a world war. This might be really, really bad for the Sioux. They might even lose their capital. They have a river in their defense, maybe going to keep them safe, but we'll see. Now, how is Prussia doing? Prussia's doing fine. I mean, they're really using, I'm assuming, those unique abilities to keep themselves safe. Iceland might have the biggest military in the world, and I didn't even see Prussia on that list at all. So I know Prussia's down at the very bottom, but because Berlin's in an awesome location, as well as I'm sure those Prussian unique abilities are probably helping them out as well. Berlin is very close to falling, though, but they don't have very many range units. They need to get more range units if they're going to want to have a chance, but... Ooh. Now, Finland might join in. I think that's definitely a possibility. Now, Iceland's probably going to lose a lot of troops, too. We could see the Pope join in as well. Oh, man, so many wars going on. How is this colony up here for them? So they've gotten up 2 of their unique tile improvements. That's good. Okay, now what's going on this way? New research agreements. A peace deal between... Okay, so the Sioux have realized, wait a second, I cannot take on Mali anymore. So the Mali nation, the Mali Civ, is allowed to stay alive for a little bit longer because I don't think Australia is too aggressive. Australia seems to be a pretty okay nation. I don't think they're going to be too aggressive. The Goths, on the other hand, might be thinking differently, though. Oh, the capital of the Sioux might fall. Oh, no. No, we don't have... I believe the Sioux are the only Native American tribe. Another war is broken out. Now, this one is Bulgaria joining up against Mali, as well as the Goths. So it looks like Bulgaria might be just helping out their friend here of the Goths. This is the second time they've done this. It is the second time. For Bulgaria's sake, they better continue to run after this capital that the Sioux control, because if Vietnam controls this city, they're going to be really, really powerful. Very, very powerful. So they're going to want to be careful. How's this war going? Scotland's going to be okay. I really think Scotland's going to be okay. I know we see a lot from this nation, but I think everything's going to be just fine for them. Berlin is down in the red, but it looks like they're going to be okay. They're going to get a few more ranged attacks, and unless they get those melee units close... No, I think Prussia's going to defend Berlin. Dang, Prussia. Wow. Yeah, so I don't know exactly... I don't believe you have your unique units yet. And I know that you don't have any generals either, and I believe generals are your main thing. Yeah, so I don't know. You might just be getting really, really lucky with the location of Berlin, but still pretty incredible that I think Prussia's going to be able to fend off Iceland. Having the biggest army in the world, they were still able to fight them off. Scotland's doing a very good job defending themselves also. They're doing really, really great. So now I think at this point, it just kind of comes down to who is actually going to take the Sioux capital. It could be quite... Oh, wow. Vietnam lost a little bit of... they just lost a unit there. The Sioux are not going down without a fight. They have composite bowmen defending their territory. Bulgaria, they've got some archer units. Kind of got to watch for the Goths now, too. Lots of wars going on. If we zoom out, we can almost get 3 out of 4 of these wars. 3 out of 4 of the major wars that are currently happening. All right now. That's really cool. I don't think the Goths are going to be able to take that capital. I don't think they have enough units. Okay, so I believe Bulgaria goes first. I don't think they're... Can they? Yeah, that's 3 range attacks and then 1 pikeman, a direct hit. It looks like Bulgaria is going to take this away and sneak by Vietnam. Let's see who goes first. Scotland's doing okay. No, they didn't take it. It's going to go to Vietnam. And wow, that's going to be a very powerful modded nation now. Boom, there it goes, and it's fallen. Oh, Bulgaria, you done goofed, man. You done goofed. You should have attacked them way earlier. Now you're talking about Buddhism. Don't forget that Vietnam has Buddhism, and in an area where there's no other major religion. So they're going to get those huge bonuses for their religion, and now they have control over 4 cities, the biggest in the game. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with this happiness, though. That's the thing. So there goes the capital of the Sioux. Again, they're not necessarily going to be eliminated from the game completely, and then they did. They actually took Berlin. Iceland somehow managed to sneak into Berlin. That must have been pretty close. They probably did it with just 1 pikeman. It's possible for them to get the city back, but I don't know exactly how likely that is. Belgium's doing a pretty good job building some units as well. They might be thinking about going after Iceland now that they're getting weaker and weaker. Any sort of movement, any sort of settlers out this way? I see a little bit of settlers inland, but nothing from any of the coastal nations. But yeah, no, like I said, I mean, the Sioux aren't necessarily going to be eliminated. I think they might survive. Bulgaria's peaced out with Prussia, and Iceland and Prussia have peaced out. So Iceland's doing good. They've grabbed their 3rd city. They need to really build some more units up, though. They do need to build some more units up. Wow, look at Canada. Look at Canada with those units. Defending Kingston. Maybe preparing. They see how just the world's just at war with each other right now. And maybe they're a little bit worried. What happened here? We have Crum secretly plotting against Frederick. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. Let's go to Vietnam. Vietnam seems to be the hot topic here. Definitely seems to be the hot topic. Your capital is Hanoi. Okay, let's check on this. So we'll see what the spy is thinking about. I don't think Vietnam is super aggressive. I don't think they are. Now remember, Vietnam's going to be able to defend these cities even better than before. Ooh, it is possible for Bulgaria to maybe take control of this one. So maybe they aren't super unlucky. Nope. Now that city is going to fall to Vietnam. Oh my goodness. You're going to need to do something, Bulgaria, for the sake of the worlds. Vietnam's getting up a lot of cities really, really fast here. Very, very fast. Now, here's the thing. Oh, Montreal has been founded just north of the Icelandic capital, and I will never, ever try to pronounce that ever in my life. I hope that one day I will be able to, though. I would love to. One day I'm going to travel to Iceland, and I'm just going to know all Iceland and Denmark and stuff like that, like Scandinavian countries. I'm going to learn like all the city names, and then I'm going to come back and just shock you guys. That's kind of the plan, maybe for April Fools 2016. So anyways, we have some wonders being built. Philippines are still doing really, really well. Canada in 2nd place with 4. Interesting. We're at turn 150 now. Philippines have publicly denounced Vietnam, so I think this might end up being the end. See, because they've taken over so many cities, we might see... There it is. Boom. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh, it's going to be huge. The entire world is not happy with Vietnam. But who exactly can stop them, though? That's the thing. There's not that many armies in... Well, I mean, they are losing troops one by one. With every city they try to take, they lose troops. So we could see kind of a massive power switch at some point. So pretty much, yeah, the entire world has just announced Vietnam's offensive expansion. And that was an offensive war. And they declared it relatively early in the game, and the AI really doesn't like that. Well, not actually... Well, it progressively gets worse and worse. The implications, yeah, everyone is going to denounce them. Actually, these are friendships that are popping up. But It progressively gets worse. World Congress has been founded. Uh-oh. World Congress cannot steal from Vietnam. Yeah, it should get progressively worse as the game goes on. But yeah, so like so in the very beginning, the AI usually forgive a lot of the expansion and stuff like that. But kind of that middle to late game, as the game continues to go further and further and gets closer to a victory, that is when things get a little bit different, and the AI really doesn't appreciate it. And it's turn 150, so I'm sure the AI really doesn't appreciate what's going on now. Scotland's still holding strong, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do this. And the thing is, are they going to be able to keep a hold of a lot of those units? That's the thing. And boom, another city. Bulgaria is just having the worst time of all time. They have so many units, but they just cannot grab the city. Yeah, Bulgaria is going to completely wipe out this. I'm sorry, Vietnam is going to completely wipe out the Sioux. And the thing is, who is going to be able to really stop these guys? I mean, they've got to go to war soon. If they're going to stop Vietnam, then they've got to go to war at some point within the relative, with pretty soon, before they get up all those huge abilities, a huge like defensive buildings, and their cities get extremely hard to take. That's the problem. And if they're going to try, if someone's going to attack them, they need to attack now. The Philippines can't really do it. Maybe Canada, if they get open borders through the Philippines, and they both try to go in after it themselves. Scots and Australia have decided a declaration of friendship. So, if the Vietnamese can hold on to this power for the next maybe 10 or so turns, then they should be okay. Well, 10 turns after they drop this final Sioux city, then they're going to be okay. I think they're going to be able to manage their empire. The problem is that I think there's going to be a lot of shakiness. They've got to have major unhappiness, but maybe not. It isn't unimmortal, so they get huge happiness bonuses. So they might be just doing fine. First influential culture, Canada has become influential. More than likely it was with the Sioux because they're not generating much culture anymore. So it's not super surprising. Yeah, that's not like the most surprising thing ever, really. Australia and Afghanistan have made a declaration of friendship. Canada's doing good. I like that Canada's building up an army. They're going to be able to defend themselves better than ever really before. Iceland's building up some troops. I cannot believe Vietnam. Again, and here's the thing, a lot of the aggressive civs that could maybe fight and take away some power from the Vietnamese are at war with somebody else, so they're not really ready. If there was an aggressive civ that wasn't really doing anything with their armies, then yeah, I could see someone like, be upset and then go after somebody else, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Finland has built Machu Picchu. The Inuit are getting very, very close to taking over the Scottish city. I believe Scotland is down to 1 unit, and it's just a composite bowman, so that is not good, as well as who knows what they're going to do afterwards. I mean, they could easily be a force to maybe take on the Vietnamese. That might be the only nation around. Afghanistan, grabbing this city over here, closing down towards this middle island. Afghanistan's probably going to grab that natural wonder even. It is possible. Any more colonization going on? Not really. Canada actually might be settling another city. Maybe. I don't know where they'd go for that one, though. Are they going to... They can't slap it down right there, can they? I don't think so. Ooh, what is this? What is this? That was actually Canada taking up the sword and going after Vietnam themselves. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? And they have open borders through the Philippines. Mind explosion. So Canada... It cannot. I don't think they should do this by themselves, though. They need help because Hanoi has this city near a lake that's going to be able to defend the capital city is near this lake, this massive lake. They're going to be able to kind of defend. Who else is this? Hungary declaring war on Iceland. I believe that's Hungary at least. Yes, it is. I think it is. Okay, well, that's interesting. I don't think anything's going to happen there. That's actually Iceland declaring war on Hungary. Sorry about that. Vice versa. Whoa. So, yeah, Canada's elected to just take it on by themselves, take on the Vietnamese, just after they just completely wrecked the Sioux tribe. Anyways, guys, things are really, really heating up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.